You niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I wonder if doing that. Is that disrespect to her?
And I know what I gotta do.
How does that work?
I'm about these thoughts folded. And I just need gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot at living.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
You are now listening to Barco Boys.
Morning.
Good
It's
morning.
some regular guys and gal having some real conversation. What's up, Keith? Travis, what's good with y'all, man? Get y'all funky ass up. Y'all know the routine, man. Get on in here, man. I'm gonna play that for you too, Albert.
Oh my goodness, it's serenades in the morning. I don't know what to do with y'all.
Yeah. Gotta get everybody up. Get everybody in here.
You put the spark to the matches. You put the R in a ratchet. But I love your taste. The way you stayed when no one else will, when no one else cared. You helped find my base. You're the best mistake. Oh girl, you're safe in this space. I need you in my world. You break and create. It's love and fair. Oh baby, when the sun falls down, it's time for you to meet me. At the end of the road in a life. Be a wife to a king. You fly with no wings. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are. You help find my way. Turn night to day. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are, yeah. I think this shit was like magic. You was just a stranger, now you call me daddy. Girl, please don't switch sides. I got these souls on my line, waiting for the right time when I'm feeling lonely. If it's me and you, fuck them bitches being nosy, yeah. Just secure your place. Your time I won't waste. Oh girl, you're safe in this space. I need you in my world. You break and create. It's love and fair, oh baby. When the sun falls down, it's time for you to meet me. At the end of the road in a life. Be a wife to a king. You fly with no wings. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are. You help find my way. Turn night to day. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are, yeah. You're my sunrise, my day and night. Just stay by my side. I'll do you right. Please don't leave. Girl, just stay with me. I said in your eyes, girl, you're my life. Be a wife to a king. You fly with no wings. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are. You help find my way. Turn night to day. You're my sunrise, you are. You're my sunrise, you are, yeah.
Yeah. That was Janelle, man. Early in the morning, sunrise, man. Get y'all funky ass up, man. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know exactly what's going on. What's good with the people, man? What's good with the
Indeed, they
people?
are funky.
We got a PSA. Give us a second.
Oh, top of the morning.
We're gonna
Top of
get
the morning.
What up?
right to it. We got a PSA. What's up, Fly? What's good with you, brother?
What's good, brother?
Yeah, we got a little PSA, so let's play the
What's up, everyone? I need everyone to watch this video, especially if you have a mom, if you have a daughter, an aunt, a sister, a cousin, anyone who is a female in your life that you love and care about. Hell, even if you don't know them and you follow them, share this with them. This happened in Bryan, Texas. And thankfully, this woman was aware of her surroundings. She went to a local gas station and she saw this.
This is the employees. This is women's, men's exit, okay? Whatever this is, private, okay?
Now, you guys saw all the doors. You saw the women's bathroom, you saw the men's bathroom, you saw the exit door, and you saw the private. Now, of all those doors, which one do you think that locking mechanism should be on? The private one, right?
Notice how all these doors are empty except for the women's? What is this? And why can it be unlocked and locked? Is someone in there? I don't know, because I've knocked. And I don't know. It just beeped. What does that mean? Why is it only on the women's restroom?
So what reason would you have a remote control locking mechanism that's only accessible from the outside, only on the women's bathroom door?
Men's, nah. Exit, nah. Private, nah. Employee only, nah. But for women's, we have this lock that looks like it can be remote controlled. Make it make sense.
Now, thankfully, this woman was aware of her surroundings and immediately called the police. And this is what they told him.
But I can call boss, sir, or
you can, but you can call them after you remove it.
Shout out the Bryan Police Department and Bryan Fire Department for coming to remove that lock, because they wouldn't even remove it. The Bryan Fire Department had to come remove it with the police standing there watching. Now, I love my state of Texas. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a Texan through and through, but we have a trafficking problem here. This is giving off very big time women's trafficking. And what I think was going to happen here, and probably honestly has happened, is they're going to wait till a woman goes in that bathroom that meets the criteria of the traffickers. They would then lock her in there, and then they would somehow get her out the back exit door. So ladies, please be aware of your surroundings. If you see something like this, you report it immediately, and whatever you do, don't go into this fucking bathroom. Please share this video with anyone and everyone that you know, and let's help protect each other. Love you guys.
Now,
Shout
y'all
out
heard
to
that.
Mrs. Fly Global for sending that to me this morning.
Oh,
I
figures.
can't believe it. Yeah, because you know we trade them all day long, but this one was special because it was like, wow, what in the heck is that? Never would have thought about looking up. Never would have. And can you imagine your little girl, you know what I mean, going to the bathroom
And being locked in there.
being locked in?
What I just realized is I don't pay attention enough. I gotta start paying a little more attention to these bathrooms, bro. That just look crazy just now.
Yeah.
I pay attention to all that type of shit, though. You got to be really aware, yo, what's going on out here, yo. People are really crazy, man. And it ain't even really about them being so much as crazy. People will do anything for $1, man.
Anything for $1.
Anything for $1, man. The price is right. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know how much a heart going on the black market, man? See what
Everybody
I'm saying?
definitely be aware. I mean, we don't have to live it. I mean, I don't know if everybody, feels the way I do. I'm always paranoid, period. But definitely we got to keep our eyes open, look out for each other, each other's welfare. Watch your neighbors back, man. We got to live in a community for real.
You ain't lying. I don't know who T.S. Skrilla is, but I think he should be in jail at ICE agent, man. Now that we know who he is, he done moved out his house and everything, man. He done moved out. They had a whole bunch of ICE officers moving him out of his house. I said, yo, look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. They like the new age 3 letters, man.
But jail ain't enough, though.
3 of the same letters.
Jail ain't enough for these guys. I mean, yeah, they go to jail, but what's going to be the change in how they are told to operate? Where's the change and giving them that unvetted extent to use whatever means necessary.
And it seems like ICE get full reign to do whatever they feel. But the only thing that I think will be able to stop them is force meeting force for real. And I don't want to start talking that.
I mean, it's already been happening. Motherfuckers done been trying to run up in ICE and shoot up ICE and bomb. Like it's gonna happen. Let's be clear, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
because you're giving them free reign to think they could do whatever they want to do when they got a rule book that they got to abide by that they haven't even been abiding by and breaking the rules.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's tricky, man. It's real.
Start
tricky,
harming
man.
Americans, man. It's gonna go somewhere else. People not gonna stand for it, man.
Yeah.
Some people not gonna stand for it, and it's gonna be some crash outs along the way.
It's gonna be a lot of crash outs, but
what they call them martyrs, they call them martyrs, right?
Yeah,
that's like a martyr, right?
They call them martyrs, but I was watching something last night, and I was watching it again early this morning. But it's like a new age Black Panther Party. These guys out here with big ass guns, they walking and rallying to these rallies and stuff. And I said, yo, this only gonna get like crazy, yo, because it's gonna be more people that's like, yo, it's time to get the warriors out and bring the warriors out. But I hope it don't get to that, yo. Like,
well, you know, the Black Panther have been active. They never stopped. You know what I mean? They just had to shift, of course, but they have been doing that. Some of those particular groups, and they are in a lot of different cities, and they try to pull in the men of the community. It's more of a community activism group, but they do make appearances. They do in areas where they need to show, you know, we're just not backing down.
Yeah, they in Minnesota right now with whatever's going on in Minnesota. There's a bunch of them out there with guns and rifles. I said, I see what's going on, but
yeah, they've been doing that for quite some time now. But I think the overall idea they want to display is they're not coming to interact. They're just coming to show, you know, hey, they're not alone. Wherever we stand is we're with our people. So definitely support them.
We are living in some tricky times, man, and I think that the only way to really get this stuff right is to get rid of the whole President Trump, Vance, the cabinet, get everybody out of there, man.
Yeah.
And that's never gonna happen.
Hey, we kept saying, what would the country look like by August? Well, it's 2026 now. We're in January.
Come on, man.
Look where we at now.
Come on, man. And you know the crazy thing is, I said give it 2 years. In 2 years, we're gonna be feeling the full effects of everything that's being done, which we think is that some of us think is in our benefit that these things are happening, but this shit ain't gonna benefit nobody. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. It's not about right now, it ain't about color, it's about wealthy and poor. The poor people gonna be
shit sound like Hunger Games,
Yeah, this is what it's gonna be like. Exactly what it's gonna seem like. Hunger Games. It's about the wealthy and the goddamn poor, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Dang.
Well, I came across something this morning. I ain't starting no trouble, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know now.
That
I ain't
already
starting
sounds
no trouble, but I wanted to know how did the ladies feel about this, because it was a pastor saying it, so I wanted to know how the ladies felt about this particular topic that he talked about.
Right. Anytime you marry a woman and she got a living husband, brother, and you never been married, you living in fornication, but the woman is living in adultery because she got the living husband.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 11.
It says what?
But and if she depart,
if she do leave,
let her remain unmarried.
No, let her get a new man.
Let her remain unmarried.
The preachers out there say get a new man.
Let her remain unmarried.
Let her start dating somebody else.
Let her remain unmarried.
Let her start getting engaged to somebody else.
Let her remain unmarried.
But suppose she want a man, what she got to do?
Or be reconciled to her husband. That's right.
They got to go back.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
They got to go after you leave.
After you leave.
After you leave now.
Amen.
You done left that man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And now you want a man in your life.
Right.
What should she do?
Or be reconciled to her husband.
Come back.
That's right.
Come on back. Take me back.
Take me back.
Take me back, dear Lord. You got to come back.
That's right.
To her husband.
Her husband.
So if you can't get along, the Bible justifies separation.
That's right.
You don't have to live under the same roof.
No.
He can live in another house. She can live in another house.
That's right.
But regardless of where you go, you're bound by the law of marriage until someone drop dead.
That's right.
You see, you young generation don't believe it.
No,
that's why you get married with the prenup. Married with the intent.
Go ahead.
To divorce. Anytime you marry a
I'm glad somebody else said it. I have said this for the longest time.
And that's why when I heard it, I said, yo, I gotta bring this up, yo, because she just said this before. I said, this is crazy. I said, because people ain't going by this shit the stuff that's in the Bible. Ain't nobody living by that. I mean,
hell no.
Ain't nobody that I seen.
No, because we became a land of man, not a land of God, right?
He said if you break up, you still gotta do what?
Just because y'all
that's Ty?
You still ain't getting divorced in the
Hey,
eyes of God.
Chaser from South Africa, man. What's up, brother? Yo, hey, Ty, did you hear the whole thing? Because I don't want you. Aaron said, what part of the Bible is it in?
But I mean, you got to think about it, though, right? It's two parts when you get married. You go before the court, right? You fill out your paperwork. That's just with the system. That has nothing to do with God. But then
that's
you
just the legalities of it,
right? You vow to God. God, I'm standing before you. This is the person I'm going to be with till I die. You can break a vow to God, but when did you do that? Because when you went and got divorced, the only thing you did was sign more paperwork. You ain't go back to God and say, God, I don't want this woman no more. I break my vow to you. I don't think people understand that. And what he's saying is in the Bible, that ain't even going to happen anyway, because you already are married. If you're getting a divorce, that is technically you still married and just start having adultery with other people.
That's what you would be doing, is basically what that's saying, what the Bible is saying.
It's saying that you can't get a divorce is what y'all played?
No. I don't think it said that. It said if you want me to play it again, I can play it again, man. For the people in the back, I don't even know how long. It was only a minute or something, so I could play it back.
My bad.
Right. Anytime you marry a woman and she got a living husband, brother, and you never been married, you living in fornication, but the woman is living in adultery because she got the living husband.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 11.
It says what?
But and if she depart,
if she do leave,
let her remain unmarried.
No, let her get a new man.
Let her remain unmarried.
The preachers out there say get a new man.
Let her remain unmarried.
Let her start dating somebody else.
Let her remain unmarried.
Let her start getting engaged to somebody else.
Let her remain unmarried.
But suppose she want a man, what she got to do?
Or be reconciled to her husband. That's right.
You got to go back.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
You got to go after you leave.
After you leave.
After you leave now.
Amen.
You done left that man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And now you want a man in your life.
Right.
What should she do?
Or be reconciled to her husband.
Come back.
That's right.
Come on back. Take me back.
Take me back.
Take me back, dear Lord. You got to come back.
That's right.
To her husband.
Her husband.
So if you can't get along, the Bible justifies separation.
That's right.
You don't have to live under the same roof.
No.
He can live in another house. She can live in another house.
That's right.
But regardless of where you go, you're bound by the law of marriage until someone drop dead.
That's right.
You see, you young generation don't believe it.
No,
that's why you get married with the prenup. Married with the intent.
Go ahead.
To divorce. Anytime you marry a
Yeah, Ty. So basically, I didn't hear nothing about divorce. Basically, he's saying it ain't no really such thing. Separation, the Bible justifies separation. But divorce, I don't think the Bible is. I ain't heard nothing about a divorce, man.
Now, one thing I can say, I don't know about the Bible. I'm Muslim. In the Quran, divorce is one of the most frowned upon things in Allah's eyes. So that's like top.
Allah hates nothing more than divorce.
Right. So I can see why I say that based off of my religion. I can't really speak on the Bible, but in our religion, that's some egregious. That's an egregious act to us.
And so, I just felt like it was interesting because I was like, a lot of people shit. I don't know a lot of people living by these rules. These
when
codes these days.
I read up on it a while back when divorce became a thing was when women earned the right to vote and own property.
Wow.
Right? So it became a thing because women did gain the power to say, I'm not staying with this abusive man. I'm not going to be with this man who doesn't respect me or who's sleeping with multiple women in the community. And that gave way to being able to get divorced on paper because then you could separate property, right? You could leave with something. But before then, if a woman left, she had nothing. She couldn't vote. She couldn't own any land. And that's white women too.
Yeah, so that's what they say. They put divorce is only beneficial for a woman, to be honest. And that's why they ask these questions nowadays. Why would a man get married in today's society? What's the benefit of me being married today if the ramifications, if it don't work, I get penalized in totality for everything? So they say that the divorce is kind of like a legal construct more so than spiritual.
When I first heard the pastor say that this morning, I said, first thing I said, man, they trying to control the women. I said, look at this here, man. Then I had to listen to it again. I said, shit, most people say they are Christians or some type of religion they involved with. So a lot of people really not following this. So I said, shit, I can look at it two ways. The Bible was trying to control women or keep women in check for the men. You know what I mean? If they was following this word, or it's real and the women just, I'm not gonna say the women, I guess the men too, but it don't say that the men, he ain't say nothing about the men couldn't go do what they want. So I don't know.
That is the manliest statement I have waited. No,
I'm saying I didn't hear him say anything.
You are mansplaining it in the simplest form. That's the man version. Because if you follow the Bible, man is the keeper of the woman, right? So it's no, you're the provider, you're the head, you lead the household, you care for your woman. This is your thing, right? You found a good thing. So the idea is, this is you saying to God, I am going to protect this thing in your name until the day one of us part from this earth.
But
it doesn't mean who's beneficial. It doesn't mean, it's all about role. It's your responsibility, is your role. This is what you do. This is what you're here for.
I think all of that is in accordance to, like, are we doing what we're supposed to do? If we talk about people that's not doing what they're supposed to do, like even the man, if he's beating and cheating and not providing, he's not of God either way. Like, we're not talking about, right. So if we're talking about the leader, if the man of the household is of God and following the proper guidance, right? And she's went astray. It's certain stipulations, like you said, in both situations where it's valid for her to get away or it's valid for him to get away from her as well. So, but if everybody is following their proper order, like I'm of God, I'm treating you how I'm supposed to treat you, I'm gentle with you, I don't beat on you, I don't cheat on you, but you just want to run crazy, you want to be outside and be in the streets and stuff like that, it is stipulations that we can understand that we might need to separate.
To that, I say, Ty, don't get married if you're not ready for that.
Absolutely.
But if you separate, that's still, as the Bible was saying, that's still your wife.
You find in a marriage the person that you know is going to respect you, that's going to uphold you and your values as if they were their own. If you don't have any values, you going into a relationship trying to marry somebody, it's going to fail. It is going to be toxic. I mean, I don't understand how you expect that to work. You got to find the right person. People out here just marrying because they look good, because they got money, because they smell good, or whatever the case may be. They tickle my itch for now. Those are wrong reasons to get married to somebody.
Right. Like, yeah, the vetting process on relationships, you got to be at like the worst fucking lowest pole right now because people
Yeah.
don't do you don't do enough investigating on who do you plan on being with. A lot of people learn their partner 10 years in. You just
Well, a
find
lot
out
of people don't even know their self, Ty. I would even say it goes even further than that, because if you don't know who you are and who you want to be in a relationship to someone, right? What kind of man or husband do you plan on being before you ask this lady to marry you? What kind of responsibilities are you willing to take on? What kind of sacrifices are you willing to make before you ask this woman to marry you or take her as a wife? Am I loving? Am I caring? Am I patient? Am I a provider? Can I withstand any situation that may come towards me and my family? Ask yourself those questions. Find out where you are in life and how you can sustain adding to your life, bringing in another person, bringing in 2 more people. Can you handle that as a person? Can you care for 5 people in a household? Can you protect 5 people in a household? Can you nurture them? Can you be there as emotional support? What are you capable of before you go and find somebody that you want to make a lifelong commitment to and be that person that they're expecting you to be?
Well, we all can agree that people change in marriage, and I think that what's not supposed to change is the love you have for each other, and with that love, you should be possibly get through a lot of different things. I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to say this, but yeah, I think love changes the narrative when you're in a marriage, as far as when we're saying for better or worse. When things get worse, love is what you fight through.
I think like, be honest, I didn't even subscribe to the idea of marriage for a long time because you're asking me to agree to something that I don't know for forever, right? So like how you just said, people change, right?
People change.
And for me personally, and this is how I look at it, like when I ask you to marry me, if I propose, I propose to my fiance. When I propose to my fiance, after years, in my mind, I said, if she don't change a bit, if she gonna be this person, I'm cool with it from here on out, right? This is the person I'm cool with, right? So I'm gonna propose to this person, right? Because I love you. I love all of this. And if you don't change, I'm with it.
But
I don't like the well, we might change. Don't change on me now, because I've watched you and I've agreed to be with this person. When you say grow, I'm with growth. With change, that's another word for me. Growth and change is 2 different things. So if we're growing, that means we're in alignment and we're growing to our goal. If you change, we're no longer in alignment. I didn't sign this contract to be with this motherfucking person right here. I don't know this person.
Why wouldn't you change? Why you can't change?
That's what I'm saying. If you saying grow, like, I want to be clear about what I mean about growth. I think those are 2 different things. To grow,
I see what you're saying.
We're in alignment, right? Like we're growing. We started right here, but we got a goal and we're growing to that. If you change, that means you're different. We're not aligned.
So what kind of change are you talking about then? Well, give me an example of what a change is that you would see as negative to affecting in your relationship.
We'll say, let me see. Let me think. All right, say normally, like our relationship, what we signed up, or when I proposed, we had sex 5 times a week, 4 times a week. And now we're married and you've changed to the point where we might have sex twice a month. And you're like, well, I've grown up. I don't think we should be doing this all the time. I think we should be focusing on other things and da-da-da-da. I don't want to hear that fucking shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You've changed because you sold me on this freak. And now I got this one. And I'm sitting here like, well, why the fuck would I agree to be with somebody that was going to fuck me once a month opposed to the girl That's obtaining under false pretenses. That's a crime.
That's,
but then,
okay, so
but then, child,
you have ED and you can't get it up no more.
I was just about to say, I was just about to say, Todd. I was just about to say, Todd. Now
they got stuff for ED, man. They got stuff for ED. We ain't gonna
that's what
using that ED shit.
I was just about to say,
using ED. Man, they got something for them, whoever it is.
That's when that love kick in.
But it don't mean that it's gonna feel the same. So what's gonna happen today that you can't go an hour like we started out with 10 years
I was just about to say, people bodies change over the years. People get older. Things, shit change. Shit happens.
Because your body is going to change. Your desires are going to change. The point of being in a marriage is, and it supersedes anything that you love, because you still got to choose this person you wake up to every day. I choose their differences that they have today. I choose their growth they have today. If it's something I don't like, I choose to have a conversation with this person to see if we can get on the same accord.
That's the thing right
but
there.
If you got a list and you trying to say, I need you to stay this way, this is what it's not a pair of shoes, it's not a coat, it's not a contract, it's not a car you can throw away just because you don't like it got a dent in it. That's not how marriage should work. Your idea going into this relationship should be, I pick you to go through the ups with. I pick you to go through the downs with. I pick you to work out with all these things that I don't like on a day-to-day basis, because I'm sure you've been with people you don't like every day that you will. There's some days they get on your motherfucking nerves. So you got to choose that person, irregardless of whatever changes that may happen. You work those things out if it's not in alignment with how you go in your relationship.
You said the perfect thing. Talk about it. Talk about it. You said what needs to be done. Talk about it. And that's the problem. We can't conversate and we can't have conversations because the changes in certain things be so dramatic. You like, yo, come on.
Like, who is
like, I don't believe that shit you talking about. Like, whatever you talking about, like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not just that either, though.
Changes.
It's not just that, though. It's like also say, like, you got a situation where y'all goals might not be the same. Like, we had these goals together and you change in that way. And I'm like, yo, you off script, or you ain't sticking to the plan, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's a dramatic change as well. And I think
even with goals, I'll say that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But even with goals, I would say people goals change, because I may go into my early career thinking, hey, I want to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But things don't work out and I start feeling a little bit different. I find something that may catch my attention that I didn't know about myself before. Maybe I like building stuff now. I can change my mind as an individual, right? How that fits into our life goals is something we need to talk about together and come up with some new goals.
You know what the problem be? I'm just listening to you. I think that I figured it out, right? You go make the change without discussing it before you even saying, yo, listen, this is what I'm on to. I don't think this is working out. I need to be switching up and doing this or whatever the case. You just go make the change and you start doing all this stuff. And we sit back for months like, what's going on with this motherfucker right here? She done bumped her head. She up to, man? You ain't said nothing. Now we decide to have a conversation months later. Like, what's going on with you, man?
Okay.
I don't
Go ahead, Ty. You was breaking up. And with women, T Skrilla, and a lot of times with women, they be maturing fast, man, because you know they got a lot going on, and we still like, you know, everything, and we like, hold up, man, she's switching it up.
And don't forget now, women have hormones. We go through some stuff. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yo, let's be clear about how men change. Like I'm stopped. Like y'all, this women shit. Y'all be bugging out. we're talking about. We're talking about. I don't recognize you anymore. I'm not talking about gradual growth. I'm not talking about to the point where I've been seeing you on this path and shit like that, and I just don't agree with it. I'm talking about you do shit that we've never done. You've changed on me. Now we're changing. You don't change on me. Oh, I don't want to do that no more. I've changed. We don't do that shit no more. Says you. Says who? Says what the fuck are you talking about?
So you're not willing? Is that what you're saying? You're not willing to adjust because she went through a change?
What I'm saying is
Breaking up, Ty.
When
Ty be way out in the sticks, man.
Yeah, Ty in the country.
He be way out in the sticks.
Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man. Go ahead. Man.
Tony's open his mouth. Any reason.
Hey, Ty, yeah, you
I'm
ain't
over
no
here on
good.
fucking New Bern Avenue. I'm right now. I'm down.
Oh
there.
yeah, that's the worst spot. So we're NBA the worst spot.
What I'm saying is, as long as we align, you can grow. If our destination is the same destination, but if you just turn around and say, I'm not going there no more, that's not my destination anymore. But we agreed to go on this journey together, then it's not. I ain't with that shit.
So, are you fixing a point? Say, say we both want to be what? I don't know what your end goal would be if it's not something to say we're both going to be in a better place. Get to being financially stable, get to a point where we're both happy. What specifically are you saying that your end goal is for your relationship?
All right. So say like another scenario. Say you say, when I want to be an RVer when we retire. I don't want to buy a home. I want to go out. I want to travel. I want to be, when we get older, we're trying to be travelers. And then one day you're like, you know what? I want to buy a house. I want to be stapled here. I don't really want to travel anymore. I want to be here. And you're like, well, babe, we've been talking about this shit for decades. We're almost to the point where we can retire and start traveling. Well, actually, I feel like I've changed. I don't really want to do that anymore. I'm about to go do what we've been aligning to do for the longest, because this was our goal. That's why I signed up to do this shit with you, because we were in alignment. And now you're saying, well, I got this job, I got this career, I'm doing this little shit, and I seen you working, but we had an agreement of how we wanted to live our life in longevity. And you're saying that, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Now you saying compromise. All right, babe, I'll compromise. We'll stay here a little bit longer. I'll get an RV and we'll do that shit on the weekend. But I do need to do this because this is what I want to do for my life. I'm not going to compromise myself to the point where I didn't do what I wanted to do on my. I'm going to die all by myself. So compromise to me is a tough word. I like alignment. I'm not about to keep compromising every decision I want to make for somebody else's life.
You want her to do what you want to do, and that's it.
No,
because if anything she changes, there's a problem. That's what
what I'm saying. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I want us to have this. No. You saying I want her to change. No, because you said I want her to do what I want to do. You said I want her to do. No, I said I want us to be in alignment. I want my goals to be her goals.
That's what you just said. You want your goals to be her goals.
I don't know what's wrong with that, though.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Hold on. All on your own. Your goal is to be an RVer. My goal is to be an RVer. It's not your goal because it's mine. It's your goal because it's yours. And we're just in alignment right now. That's why you got to find comparable people.
That's where you have to be a person that respects your partner, your spouse enough to say, even though this may change, right? We things may change, your feelings change. I still choose to be in it with you. We're just gonna have to figure some things out. We're gonna have to be direct.
That's why shit don't work.
And willing to compromise.
That's why shit don't work, because at a certain point you compromising too much of yourself.
Okay, so then you're a selfish person that does not need to get with somebody who has their own mind and their own aspirations. You need to find somebody who will go along with whatever you say and do what you
just
want
talking.
them to do.
You just talking. At this point, you just talking. At this point, you just talking.
I'm just talking. You just said it, Ty.
No, I'm saying your own personal goals. Your goals. Ms. Latoya, I'm going to ask you right now. If you saying, for you, when I get older, I want an RV. I don't want to be in a stable position. I don't want to have a house. I want to be a traveler. And you meet a nigga who his goals is he want to be an RVer. You don't have to compromise what you want to do. Y'all are in alignment, right?
Right.
Right or wrong?
Right. And that might have been, and that might have been what attracted you to her.
I'm confused. I don't understand what you're saying when you say that.
All right, so let me break it down one more time.
Yeah.
You're single. You're single, right? I'm not saying, I'm just saying hypothetically. Hypothetically, you're a single woman, right? And your goals for retirement is to have an RV and travel the nation. And you meet a nigga his goals to retire is to travel in an RV. Are you compromising yourself or y'all in alignment?
I see that as not having to do with being in alignment. I see that as something that we have likeness in what we share as something to do, like going to the mall on Thursdays.
Commonalities, right? We have shit in common. We have
things that we desire to do. Now, I know y'all heard me say I want to be an RVer, right? That's what my desire is. But I also know that may change, right? Because I've been looking into the RV life as an older person, and it is a little bit hard, especially in my situation, and especially considering my family situation, because if certain things happen, I'm not going on the road. I'm going to get a house and we're going to have to do something different. So if I'm with somebody and that change happens, why wouldn't I expect that person to consider that I have changed my mind on that for whatever reason, and we come together and say this is a new path or something else that we desire to do?
But in that scenario,
if that was his plan,
I would see that thing happening. I would see all of those things unfolding to the point where it wouldn't be feasible right now. That's something I could see unfold. If you just change your mind.
In your statements, you're saying you want her to continue on with the plan, irregardless. If she doesn't, then she's.
Why are you saying I'm saying that and I'm not saying that at all? Why are you saying that I'm saying that and I'm not? Why do you keep saying I'm saying that?
Because that's what I'm hearing. Maybe it just needs to come off some way different. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm mad confused of why you keep saying I'm saying that when I'm not saying that.
I don't know. That's just the way it came to my ears. But I get it. It may not come out or be intended to come out that way.
Yeah, like if I'm in your life, I should be able to see what's changing, correct?
Will you always know what I'm thinking?
I would hope so, because you could talk.
We can't talk, but some things I may not choose to say if I know you don't want to hear it.
Well, that's fucked up.
That's
not giving me an opportunity. That's not giving me an opportunity.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your way that you're coming off is telling me, and if I'm in a relationship with you, I've got to go along with whatever you say our plan is. And if I change, that means that I'm the one that's violating. I'm the one that's violating what your plan is.
That's not what he was saying.
It's not really.
I know that's not what he may be intending to say. But
but who is at what point? Who is the lead?
Who should be leading the relationship?
Who is the lead?
Who is the
Am
lead?
I following you or are you following me? Who is the lead?
There's a lead, not a boss.
No, I didn't. That's not a boss. It's a lead. We had plans to do something together. I still want to do it. You don't want to do it. Who is the lead? That's not a boss.
She said boss. Wow.
Married man.
That's not a boss. That's not a boss. I don't know why y'all think that's controlling, but that is not controlling.
For you the married man. How does that work if you want to go somewhere and your spouse don't, or vice versa?
That's not what we was talking about. Y'all changing that.
She pushing the.
No, they're trying to make it seem like the man is controlling because
I said
no, that's not it.
Wanted to do this. We both.
That's what I'm saying.
Had these goals. Why are you saying what I wanted to do? I said
that's
both.
Not a goal, right?
How is retirement not a goal?
Like,
how is your retirement?
If you're saying in our relationship we're getting together just to go RVing in retirement. That's your point of being in a marriage.
You're
so
saying,
what I'm saying is your goal should be bigger than that event.
Hey Ty, you was meaning you was meaning living on the road, basically, right?
What I'm saying is an example. I'm saying about.
I got an example.
Yeah, what I'm saying is alignment. If our goals are in alignment, it's not what I wanted to do. It's what the fuck you wanted to do while you was by yourself. This is what the fuck I wanted to do when I was by myself. And now that we're together, that means we're aligned, right? It's not you're following what the fuck I wanted to do. You had your own goals to do this. Why are you saying now I don't want to do it? That's that victim mentality that women do right there. You're trying to put words in my mouth.
First of all, you're not gonna do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what
We're
you did.
We're not doing that because I was not displaying anything that's victim mentality.
That's what you just did.
That you were giving.
Okay.
No, I reflected what you gave. If you can't handle that, then you need to reconsider what you're saying because that's not what.
1,000 words in my mouth. I broke it down.
I didn't put 1,000 words in your mouth, Ty. I reflected what you gave.
Did not. Didn't. You didn't. You did not.
Then I said it didn't come out the way you intended.
Do y'all know what the words alignment and shit like that mean? Because what I said was specifically, we're in alignment, not you're following me. I didn't change your mind. This is what you wanted to do on your own. What are you talking about?
And I can change my mind.
And
then we're no longer in alignment, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're going into a marriage, it should not be for one specific event to happen. We go RVing. Your goals for your marriage should be bigger than anything that you expect to accomplish.
Are you married?
It should be bigger.
Why? Because you said so? You just asked for an example. I gave you one example. Did you say
of an event? So that's just like saying we want to go to the mall on Thursdays. We have sex on Fridays.
Chef Chevy.
You asked me for an example, right? You said, give me an example of what you mean, right? I want to be clear about what just happened. You said, give me an example of what you mean about changing, right?
Right. And I said that I did not agree with that being a relationship goal. That's something that you desire to do together. I
said something about sex, and you said, give me another example. And I gave you another example. That's two examples.
Okay.
Right? So what does change?
We can agree to disagree, but like I said, I didn't try to put words in your mouth. I was reflecting what I heard, what you were saying. Unfortunately, it didn't come out the way that you were intending for me to hear it, but I just said what I thought you were saying. But don't try to make me feel like what I'm saying is of non-value because you want to claim that I have victim mentality.
No, I don't think he was doing that, Albert.
He said it. He had to think. It was said. So just to clarify.
If you're taking away something that I said, like not what I said verbatim, I'm trying to be clear about an example. And you said, well, is your whole relationship based off of that? No, that's an example based off of what you asked me to present, right? That was just an example. That wasn't a relationship basis. That was an example, right?
And for the record, that's a big goal for some people and some couples to do that. But she said, like, I be watching them on YouTube sometimes, couples doing it. Some people be having real live goals to travel the world and live on the land. And
that's what Gina want to do. Gina want to do that shit. Shit like that.
But if that changes because you got family obligations, your money ain't right, or who's to say that that's something that's wrong to do to make that choice? You're not in alignment anymore because you make that choice. That's crazy. I don't understand that. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I get it. I understood both of you.
I may not want to live in an RV or live out in the land. If I'm older, I know my knees ain't gonna work that well. So who's gonna be toting me around and taking me, here and there and having to do all these tasks that you have to do living in an RV as an older person?
Like
you got to change tanks, you got to drain stuff on a daily basis. You're gonna have to tote water back here.
But he was using that as an example, like for instance, LB
was saying that goal isn't a part of what you should set as your relationship goals. That's just one thing you want to do in your relationship.
So you give me an example of what a goal should be.
A goal should be to the time that we retire, we should be financially stable, have this much in the bank, and this is what we can decide on what we're going to do going forward, whether you're going to continue to work, whether I'm going to continue to work, things like that.
Now, what if you change that? You changed, right?
How did I change?
For example, give me a change. Like, how would you change? You tell
me what you think the change is. I don't know what a change would be in that plan.
I'm saying I agree. with both of you guys. I understood where both y'all's coming. What I don't understand is at the end of the day, because nobody still never said it. Who is the lead?
The man should be the lead.
At the end of the day, this
the man is the lead.
We had all this dialogue, but nobody's saying who's the lead. We had a lot of dialogue, a whole lot of this and that, but who's the lead?
I can't lead you if we don't know what direction we're going into, right? We gotta.
So that's why I'm asking, who is the lead? Who stands up and say, listen, we're gonna have a discussion about this, or whatever the case may be, but who's the lead?
Right.
So if everybody's saying the husband is the lead, and this was our goal, and you or fucking detour from our goal, is that not you changing?
That would be changing.
What's wrong with change?
I have a problem with change. That's what I'm saying, me personally. That's what I was saying from the beginning about how I subscribe to marriage.
Look, I got something about change too, and I'm glad y'all brought this up because I'm gonna play another video. But I want y'all to hear what this lady says, man. And it's a little different, but it's about change and accountability.
To check themselves, because what is the process for a woman to check themselves? Because I hear this all the time from men. They be like, bro, women don't take no accountability. So what was it like for you to say, I'm gonna take accountability? I'm tough.
I had to look myself in the mirror. It was argument after argument. And the arguments was the exact same argument of let me lead. You know what I'm saying? It can't be two head of the household, you know? And once I got into my Bible, once I got into my word, it was like, let that man lead. You know, it was the same argument repeat all the time, the same thing over and over and over. It was us clashing like this. Why? Because I was wanting to run things because that's what I was taught to do. But then when I realized it was affecting my marriage and I didn't want to be a single mom and I wanted my kids to have a different life from me. I wanted them to have a mom and dad in the house. It was like I had to tighten up. It was like, if you want this thing, close your mouth. Close your mouth. And I know a lot of women is like, we living in a day now where, it's a lot of, the type of energy, a lot of, I ain't gonna go there. But my marriage was what was important. My children was important. Them living in a 2-parent household was important. And if me closing my mouth is gonna save it, then I'm gonna close my mouth.
That's a change.
That was a change, but it sounded like she decided to follow the leader, like Rakim.
So some change is good, other change is not. It's still a matter of what benefits you as a whole.
And that's the discussion. That's supposed to be the discussion of what, regardless of what. If you making a change, he making a change, he want to stay the same. That should be the discussion right there.
Yeah, it ain't no boss in no relationship. This is the council. Your partner is your partner for a reason. Like, to me, like I should value your opinion and your thoughts on where our life is gonna go.
Right, Ty, you be jumping in and out. I don't know. Where you said you at?
Oh, Newburgh, NBA.
He there by the ball, man.
No, what service? That's the question. What's that service?
Said my boy got a boost mode.
Got boost. Yo, what's the other one over here?
Yo, boost wasn't that bad. I had boost down here for a minute.
My bad, I was connected to the Bluetooth.
Oh, see, now you was connected to the Bluetooth. Now you perfectly fine. I can hear you like you crispy.
Yeah, I just cut it off because that's.
I did not see this.
I was about to say, can we get a brief intermission for the word of the day?
I can't even see it.
What is it?
Why you can't? You can't see it? Let me see.
Breviloquent.
Yeah, breviloquent.
Breviloquent. A person. Speech or style at writing. Using very few words.
Concise.
Concise. I'm good with that.
I'm gonna keep it real brief.
I'm very breviloquent.
Be real brief with you.
Breviloquent.
The coach came in and he was very breviloquent with the halftime speech. He kept it short and concise, told us what we need to do, and got the fuck up out of there. Sometimes less is more. That's what I take from that.
It is less more. So it's with speech or style of writing where you know how to add the punches. Being good, like good with your speech is knowing how to articulate and say something and make it hit, you know, like you have to say, drive it home. Driving home, you can be giving a speech and you know how to break the floodgates on. Like, I know soon as I say this, they're gonna tear up, and that's what grandiloquent is. I like that. That's a good word, Ty. I like that, my brother.
Hey, I'm the hood Webster. Don't act like we never taught you nothing. Shout out to Band of Brothers.
I like that. Yo, we actually talked about something on yesterday, and I said, yo, I gotta go dig this up, and we're gonna have to talk about this because this is a. What video do I want to play first? I got two of them, but I guess I'll play this one first.
Trifling is fuck. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, women are not the aggressors, and most of us don't come on to y'all. Y'all come on to us. Now, let me tell you one thing that I'm always born and bred by. Mama's baby, papa's maybe. That's why I don't give a fuck about y'all. If I fuck with you, your uncle, your cousin, I know it's my baby. I don't give a fuck if it's yours. You see what I'm saying? Each woman is different, and every woman ain't the same. Because I push mine out, and guess what? I ain't need no daddy. But when I raised him by myself, I glazed him by myself, and now he's self-sufficient. The daddy won't.
What in the Magic Johnson song is she talking about? This is exactly why we got sassy ass niggas around this mother. These sassy men that y'all claim that y'all hate is exactly why. Because they don't got daddy. And they got mamas that feel that they don't need daddy. That's why your son get beat up in grade school. That's why he came home with a black eye and he took his Jordan. Because you don't need you feel that he don't need a daddy. That's why your son switch when he walk. Not meaning you, I'm talking about people that think like you. Your son a pussy. He get bullied. Why? Because he ain't have no daddy to teach him how to fight. Nigga don't get no playing time in the game. He ride the bitch from 9th grade to senior year. Because he ain't have a daddy to teach him how to shoot a jump shot. And then when he get married, he end up crashing out because he can't get control of his emotions because he ain't have a man to teach his ass that a man should have control of his emotions. See, it's women that think that kids shouldn't have fathers is the reason why we got a sassy nigga apocalypse in this bitch today.
Yeah. And what am I playing this in reference to? Ty, you on mute. I'm playing this in reference to us talk about Fetty Wap, right? And his baby mother yesterday, right? No, real quick, Ty, real quick, because I'm going to play another video. And this is from the child's point of view, but I'm gonna play another video that's from the child's point of view, yo. And it was like, I guess basically both what we both were saying, but it was deep.
My mother was not a good baby mama. I seen that as a child. My father would try to come see us. She would run him off. We would be wrong for giving our dad our number or our address. And if she find out you gave him our phone number or address, you get in trouble for it. I seen that as a child. But then I was angry at him because he didn't fight. He didn't fight harder. At some point he gave up. I did not understand. All I knew was you gave up. So I was angry at him. My daddy got out of prison. He done like 2 years in prison for like beating somebody's ass. And when he got out, he came seen us and I got into it with my sister. He got into the middle of it, so I punched on my daddy, right? Out of anger, because I was so mad at him, because like, where the hell have you been? So my dad stood back and he just did this. He said, get it out. And I'm punching and punching and punching and just and his eyes turned red, you know. And it took me to get grown to realize my dad was crying, and for him to go like get it out, bro, that was like real. But anyway, later in life, I got a baby mama, okay? One of them ones. And I start to realize all of the things that my dad had to go through. And I realized that he didn't necessarily quit. He just chose his peace over the drama because he could not control what my mother do in her governing us, because she's a custodial parent. And I started to realize a whole lot of things that he had to go through dealing with my mother when I started to deal with my baby mama. I was like, damn, I understand, right? But one thing I understand mostly is my dad has a name. That name is the name of a man, but that man used to be a boy. That boy went through some things, right? So he's not perfect, right? Yes, he's my dad, but he used to be a boy too. So he went through something in his life as well, just like I did. So him not being there, hey, who knows what the hell he went through in his life? Who knows? right? Who knows what his tolerance levels are, all of that. And I understand, so I had to let go of that anger, man, right? I hold him accountable, but I am not angry.
And that's all I was really trying to say
the other day.
Yesterday.
I know it.
You can't really blame some of these guys when they move a certain way or move how they moving, because you don't know what they dealing with or what they got to go through to get to see their child or do whatever the case may be, yo. And sometimes it's just a headache, and nigga like, yo, I'm trying to get my life together. I ain't got time for this shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, and his example was perfect because he was the kid waiting for his dad after prison.
You see how
you
he
understand what I'm saying? He was angry. He said he took it out. He took it out on his dad. He was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But I also understood, like I said yesterday, I said, yo, one thing about these kids, they're going to grow up. They're going to realize who was who and who was doing what, regardless of how much you try to put it in their head that, oh, this nigga's a deadbeat. He this, that, and the third, or he ain't did shit. The kid is going to figure that shit all out, man.
Especially if you raising boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he
like.
said his father was in jail for beating somebody's ass. So
I like the fact that. But I don't want to say my shit don't change. My stance still don't change.
No, I wasn't expecting it to change. I was just saying, basically, neither one of us was wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no wrong or no right. I was just saying that it's a
it's
just a
different
thin
ways to
line
look
when
at
you
it. Yeah,
it's
different
just a
ways to look
thin
at it.
line when you dealing with that type of shit.
Right. And like I said, in that scenario, because we are that, I'm that man, we are those men that can see why the headache is there. But at a certain point, somebody has to be the advocate for the voice for the voices for the child. You know what I'm saying? So being that I was that child, that's what I'm saying, like, far as personal experience, and my daddy ain't famous at all. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine seeing your daddy on the internet. You imagine seeing your dad out and home. Like, one thing I could remember about when my pops used to come home was how good he looked. Like how clear his skin was, how clear his eyes was, how big he was. And I just wanted to see my dad at
You wanted to see him shining. Yeah, you want to see him shining.
And for you as a kid to hear, oh, your mama making it hard for me. None of that shit computes to a kid. And like you said, as a grown man going through those scenarios, I could side with my father. My father was always painted as the bad guy in my childhood. He was always demonized. But as a grown man, I understand the plight of my father way more clear. But that doesn't take away the scar that I got from as a child. You know, like that don't.
I agree. We went through the same thing. You say the same thing we went through. Everything.
You know this crazy thing though, too, Todd. Like when I was younger, right? I don't think I really even paid attention. Like
I ain't paid attention to you.
I didn't care. When I got older, I felt the effects of him not being around by shit that I was neglecting to do or doing. Like, yo, I was never even taught this shit. Like, what the fuck? Now I gotta learn how to, like, I gotta, you know what I mean, get out my own way and learn how to do some shit and learn how to grow up for real, because this nigga ain't never taught me shit. Not nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
if he got boys, that shit hit different. If he got daughters, I can't even imagine not seeing my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even imagine, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, as far as like, you talking about the obstacles, bro. If you talking about the obstacles that you got to go through to be a parent, you be talking all fucking day. And the number one obstacle is your baby mama. Like, I'm not going for, she's annoying. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the kid understanding who the problem was, that will come with time. But to understand that my daddy sacrificed, knowing that my mama was a problem, will put him on a higher pedestal for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you heard little man. Well, not little man. He grown now, but he's like, he whipping on his father. His father like, hey, get it out. He said it took him a while to realize, damn, my father was crying that time. I ain't even pay attention. Like, he was going through something too at the same time.
Because I gotta take this beating for my baby mama. I gotta deal with the anger from my child towards me because of her. And that's the sacrifice of a father, bro. That's it. To be the bad guy, hey with it.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I ain't going to prison for her ass, though. I ain't doing that. We're gonna have to figure. We're gonna have to figure something. something out. Because one thing about guys in jail, yo, and I'm gonna say this about all guys, I don't give a fuck who they are, man. Niggas that was deadbeats, the deadbeats that's in jail, they trying to figure it out and get shit right with their kids. They trying to send letters, write and draw pictures and send shit to their kids because they trying to make it right. I never saw no guys in prison that had kids that wasn't trying to make amends and get back into their children's lives and be the best parents that they could possibly be. Like, so for her to say that, I'm like, yo, I know he took that to heart, even though he might not have came out and said anything. You understand what I'm saying? I know he took that to heart because I know wasn't nothing on his mind because we heard him on Hot 97. He said, I done balled and did everything with all my niggas. Now I just want to do it with my kids, yo. That's all I want to do is just do it with my children.
Hey, I can say this one thing. Now, I know I grew up around some wild motherfuckers, right? And one of my cousins, he just did 10. Come home from doing 10, got 4, 5 sons. You would think I'm all about my sons. Oh, my son, one of my sons, he talking shit to me. He doing this. I don't fuck with that little nigga. He run his mouth. That motherfucker, you been gone 10 years. You've been gone 10 fucking years. You think that boy ain't got no anger towards you? Oh, he talking like I'm anybody.
You know what it is? You know what it is? He got a boy. He don't know how to communicate with him. Like, I noticed that with my daughter. Like, my daughter was hardcore. My youngest daughter, man, she was hardcore. I came home. Like I said, I say this story all the time. And she was in some trouble. She had got arrested, was going to court. She had did some time, all this shit. My daughter was 14. My nigga, I come home. This shit fucked me up. I'm going to court every time she got to go to court. This, that, and the third. But she lashed out at me, dog. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And that shit was like foreign to me. Like, yo, you bumped your head? Like, you know who I am? Like, for fuck being your father, you know who I am?
But
like, you playing, like you playing.
She was hurt. She was broken.
Right? But I understood
she needed
that my daughter was really going through something. Yo, she missed her father. Yo, like, I see it in her. I see everything that she went through. That shit flashed through my eyes, dog. Like, everything that she was going through at that present moment. I even stood up in court and told the judge, blame me, man. I'm on parole right now. Like, whatever the case, blame me, man, for not being there. Like, I blame myself for this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and no scenario, would you reflect?
And our relationship's still not the best, but we working on it. You understand what I'm saying? But I understand that shit, dog.
I think men that went to prison, because I got a respect problem for number one. So men that been to prison, they want the respect of a father, right? Which you deserve. I mean, everybody's not deserving of your fatherly respect, bro. Like, that shit it comes with time.
You know, like, what I think? I think we don't understand what we have. Like, a lot of us don't understand that we got to come home and it's work to do.
Like a motherfucker.
You understand what I'm saying? It's work to do. I got to build my kids' trust back up in me. It's a lot of things that I got to do when I get back out here. You know what I'm saying? But this is supposed to be like the first thing. Getting family in order, letting your children know, you know, I'm here. You ain't got to worry about me going nowhere. Like, these are the things you're supposed to be doing. If you're not doing that, then you just say, you know, that's a selfish motherfucker.
Hey, real quick. I got a question for LBs. LBs, that transition from your child's father coming home from jail, how long did it take for your child's father to initially build that relationship with his son?
Hasn't.
Hasn't since then? Dang, that's tough.
But that's, now,
is it on the father or the child is still staying?
It's on the father.
It's got to be on the father, though.
No, but let me say this, because I want to say, let me start back, right? So I lost my father when I was young. I may have seen my father with my own eyes once in my life. And that memory that I have, and I must have been young, I know my mom lived with my father in DC with us at one point, my brother and myself. He's older than me. And she left him and brought him to North Carolina. Now, you know, I tell you, my mama had like 8 or 9 siblings. I have an early memory that my dad came to see me, but she wouldn't allow him to see me. I had my aunts and them keeping me. I was running, and that's the memory I have. I don't know if it's true or not. It could have been a dream, but I have, memories of me running out on the porch, trying to get to my dad, yelling dad, and they were pulling me back in the house while my mom was outside fighting with him, keeping him from coming to see me or whatever the case may be. Then my uncles got involved and my granddad was out with a shotgun. So they really prevented him from seeing me. My mom eventually got my brother back, but I never saw my father. And for me, when he died, I didn't know what to feel because I didn't know what dad was. I was so young, and I'd only known her boyfriends who didn't really feel a father figure. They were trying to sleep with me or whatever. But as I got older, that's what caused me as a mother of a child with an absent father to understand I have to be that conduit, right? I know this man is coming out of prison. I know the troubles that he has in prison and the mental state that he may be in, that I know he's going to need that time to get his mind together, figure some things out before I let him spend quality time with his son. Now, he is one, he's my seed. He was full on ready. But I had to talk to him and guide him because he really wasn't mature as a parent. You can have a baby, but that doesn't mean that you are ready to raise a baby, right? There's some things you need to learn how to do. You don't, say things. Certain things you don't act a certain way. You don't leave them in the car seat by themselves. Some things we have to guide men in how to take care of children, just how it is. Some women too, not going to exclude. But I knew I had to be that conduit. So when I mentioned to y'all before that I allowed him to stay in my house, that was because I wasn't sending my child with him anywhere else because I didn't trust his judgment at that time. But I felt as the child's mother to step in and facilitate a healthy transition into his life when he came out of prison. So I did those things. I allowed him to sleep on my couch. I allowed him to have visits in my house. I took them places. Say if they wanted to go to the movies, I took them to the movies, so they could spend that quality time together. But my responsibility, and I'm not letting him off the hook to say, just because, he should have done more. I understood where he was coming from. And if I stood in the way of that, it would have just made it harder for my son to see his father. And I put responsibility on baby mothers also because we stand in the way. A lot of men don't understand. You can go to court and get your visitation rights established if she's not cooperating. You can do that. Men don't. If you have a child if you're an absent parent in the home, you can establish parental visitation. You can establish custody. Most men don't do that. They leave it up to the female to dictate. And that's where the problems come in it. And I think that, if you're going to do that, if you have a baby mother and she's not cooperating or the situation isn't working out for both of you, then you need to take those steps. But as an adult, you need to be understanding of someone else's situation. You need to be understanding of how that looks to your child. You also need to be protective of your child's welfare in the transition as well. But up till today, and my son is 20 years old, so he's had his dad out of prison for 10 years. Well, I take that back because he just went back to jail 2 years ago and got out again. So that time going to prison, my son was like, I just choose not to deal with him anymore because he chose going to prison and doing this stuff over being in my life. And he had other kids. So he made that choice himself. It was never me pushing.
Oh, they got to have a conversation.
Yeah, I never.
He choose not to do that, but they're going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Your son going to eventually say, nigga, we got to talk. Man.
Yeah, and I get it. But I'm not going to be the hindrance to that, is what I'm saying. I know that I talk to my son. I'm like, that's the conversation you need to have with him. Do you have questions? Do you have things that you feel that you need to get out of him? Say it. Because, I don't want him to feel like I was ever in the way. And I don't want to add that pressure on either one of their sides. I don't want his dad to feel like I was in the way. And I don't want my son to feel like I was in the way. So I just do my job as the baby mom and just facilitate. But now they don't have a relationship at all.
But my
son don't even take phone calls.
Like how the young man said in the video, he says, I watched my mom be an obstacle. I watched my mom be destructive. I watched my mom be the person that kept me from. So like to E's point, this shit gonna come out in the wash. Who's who? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, as far as effort is appreciated. a lot of times, whether you succeed or not, I'm a football coach, so sometimes you'll say, just give me all you got.
This is the thing, though, too, Ty and L. Bitten, right? How do you have a conversation with somebody you can't have a conversation with? If it's pertaining to the what do we go get the judge? You know, men ain't really too into that shit. Like, I gotta get the judge to get in the middle to be a mediator or whatever the case may be.
They just not in our favor. We do it. Men do it all the time. We always go to court and fight, but it's just not in our favor all the time.
Well, because it's defensive. Most of men are going to court.
Always on the defense. Absolutely, you're always a defender. Absolutely,
but you're always a defender. Taking it upon yourself to go to court. I want a petition to be joint custody of my child and have visitation rights established. You can do that offensively. You don't have to wait until they petition you for child.
Let me ask you this: do you think that there are some mothers that should be? I don't want to say bitter, but I want to say angry with their child's father when they put them in situations where they have to provide for 6 or 7 years while you're away because you did whatever you did that took you away from your children.
I'm saying you got a right to feel however you're gonna feel, but my suggestion is to not be that way. Like, you chose that person. Whatever happens after you already chose to lay with that person and have a baby, right? You got to deal with that. It's no need to go be bitter and do all that shit. You got to make happen regardless. If that person got that, listen to what I'm saying.
And the reason I can't agree with that,
let me finish. Let me finish. Right? If that person dropped dead today or tomorrow, you're gonna have to do what you got to do regardless. What I'm saying is, it's no reason to go get bitter about it. It's no reason to go try to fuck the nigga life up. He already a fucked up individual. It's no need to do all that, yo. You chose that.
You chose it.
You chose that. And I understand what y'all about to say, and I understand where y'all coming from. But one monkey don't stop no motherfucking show. The show must go on whether you here or not, my guy.
He was a drug dealer, knowing that he was in the streets. I know that he was shooting people. I chose to have a baby with him. So I can't now expect him to mature to the level that I got to mature to just because we're having a baby. If he wasn't ready, he wasn't ready. But I still,
our father and mother had 5 boys. Our father and mother had 5 boys, bro.
But you said
our dad left our mother with 5 boys alone with no money.
So think about
this. She has the right to be furious, dog.
Yeah, think about this. You think about one spectrum of it. Now
that's the most important spectrum, E.
No, it's not. How about if mommy got her shit together and did what the fuck she was supposed to do? They handed her shit to her boys.
So
she didn't do that.
But let me ask you this. You put that responsibility on mommy alone
and
said daddy is cool?
Listen, I'm not putting the responsibility on her, but understand, one monkey stopped the fucking show, my nigga.
You the provider.
I agree with that.
You the
provider. Y'all missing what I'm saying, dog.
I get it.
Y'all are missing what
your responsibility.
It's both of y'all responsibility. The kids got to be taken care of regardless. Because the man is not around. The kids don't get taken care of.
Not properly. Not properly.
We talking about 5 boys not being raised by men. No, it's no good.
I agree with that part, not being raised by a man and all that shit, but all that not properly. We wasn't raised properly at all. Admit it. Was mommy wasn't around either.
No, I agree.
So but I'm not even trying to point the blame. What I'm saying is we got to stop. This is why our communities are so fucked up. The pop's not there. The kids doing what they want because moms don't give a fuck because the pop's not there. So everything is, we got to stop being like this. Yo, the show must go on. If that nigga don't decide to do what he's supposed to do, you slept with that nigga. The job still has to get done.
Absolutely. And you got some mothers out there that's going to get it done without the father. But still in all, dog, the father holds some responsibility regardless.
But look, this is why I say
that doesn't mean that he gonna take the responsibility and do what he's supposed to do.
This is why I say it's no need to get bitter, right? You get bitter, right? The pops ain't been around. Now the pops happen to want to come around. He got his shit together. He ain't getting high no more. He got a little money. He hit the lottery, whatever the case may be. I know I ain't been doing right. Now he got to deal with the bitter baby mother. It's no need to be bitter.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you a question, E. Right at that point right there. How was she supposed to behave towards this man that left her high and dry for years?
Like a woman.
And that's like what?
Nice and high and classy. Like I handled it without you, nigga. I handled it without you, nigga.
I don't need to yell. I don't need to scream. I didn't need to do any of that.
If anybody could have been bitter,
in the way of him doing what he needed to do, and eventually he showed himself.
If anybody should have been, if anybody should have been bitter towards my father, it could have been my grandmother. She ain't complain. She ain't do none of that shit because the job still had to be done.
Listen,
somebody had to do it.
When I'm talking trash,
I blame my father. I feel like dad left our mother in that position she was in. He left all his kids. He put her in that. I don't know if he put her in that position. Let me not say that because mom probably, was in a mix. But still in all, I blame dad, bro.
My thing is this, yo. When you put your bifocals on,
you start having kids, man. Come on, man.
Yo, when you put your bifocals on, right, you see who is who. Right? You don't got to point the blame because you see who he is.
Right.
I don't have to point no blame and say, nigga, you wasn't shit. You wasn't this. You wasn't that. I know who you are.
And
you know who you are. There's no need to do that.
Necessary. You ain't hear it the first time. You ain't going to hear it the second time. You ain't hear it the third time. You ain't going to hear it the fourth time. The child does not need to hear that. The child does not need to experience how you are cussing out this man.
And how you feel about the man.
He don't need to hear that. I didn't want my child to know that I was angry with their father. Because that man makes them choose. And
I agree with that. I agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she shouldn't be back. But
yeah. I was just about to say, but I still think, you know what I'm saying, there will still be some anger involved, regardless of the situation. But I get what you're saying.
You can't live in that anger. You can feel anger. You can feel an emotion. You don't have to stay there.
You can live in it. You can live in it because they've been living it for about 8 years. You can live in it. You can live in it. You can live in it.
I hear a lot of these.
You can live in it.
You know how I hear a lot of these athletes and they get up there and they speech, they done made it to the league or whatever. Yeah, I want to thank my mom. She's the strongest woman, this, that, and the third. You don't hear nothing about the pops. That's how it's supposed to be. The woman's supposed to be strong. Sometimes women have to man up. Just because that nigga deadbeat or fucked up nigga or whatever he might be going through or whatever he dealing with, right? We ain't got to put that man down. Let him be miserable in his own goddamn skin.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got to point fingers and try to make him feel less than what he already is. You are who you are, nigga. We see you.
Even if she
that's all I'm saying.
When she does the job and she has a successful child, she did what she was supposed to do. Her disposition to this guy should be pleasant, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying pleasant,
but always me
and your interaction should be limited. For real. Because this is about the child. It's about the child. Our shit should be limited. If you got some instruction you want to go over me because I ain't seen the child in a while and you want to say, hey, listen, child on like X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third, we ain't got to have too much conversation. It's about the child. Either you want me in the child's life or you don't. I'm coming to be in my child's life, and if I have to fight for it, I'm going to fight for it. I got my shit together now. I'm trying to do what I need to do.
These are my phone calls with my baby daddy. When the last time you talked to your son? Because I think he's going through something. He might need to talk to you. When's the last time you called and checked on your son? How much you trying to put on your son's car that he needs? How much can you do? Can you send him a cash out? Call him and let him know you're going to send him a cash out because you've been thinking about him. Reach out to your son.
So
that's not bitter. That's not bitter at all.
That's not bitter at all.
No, that's not bitter at all.
No, she's saying that's how these mothers should be.
She handling it like an adult, though.
No, I'm just saying that's my interaction with my baby daddy.
Right.
Okay.
I'm saying what does
that.
bitter
I don't
look
let my kids know what I'm doing. I do that directly. I don't.
Bitter, I wish I would have left Fetty Wap baby mother up here. That's bitter.
I don't have
that's bitter.
Interacting.
Yeah, that's bitter.
Their other children. I babysit their other children. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with my baby daddy, and I want my kids to understand that. We are all a family. They can come to my house and we can sit down and have a dinner together anytime. They can cook for me, I can cook for them. That's how we operate. I am not that type of person because I am mature enough to understand there are different factions of people and different areas that they live in their life at different points. I don't condemn somebody today because you made a mistake yesterday. If you're doing right by me today, let's move on.
I think that, like, my standpoint on it is, however the woman behaves doesn't matter. Whether she's bitter or whether she's
it does
pleasant.
absolutely matter, Ty. That's what I'm saying. It absolutely matters.
That's what I'm saying. For my takeaway for a man, like,
He's saying. I get what he's saying, but I see what you're saying too, LB.
yeah, I see what
He's saying we gotta maneuver through that. He's saying we gotta be able to maneuver through that shit and still be involved. It don't matter.
However,
I understand what he's saying. I agree though. I agree.
One of my baby mamas is a fucking asshole. Like, she's not bitter that we broke up or anything. She just makes it hard every day. That's just how she is. And me personally is all right. Yo, you got to know how to navigate the waters, which is a woman. If that woman is like that, if she's roughy, bad wavy, you got to sit still and be calm. And you got to understand how to navigate the ocean if you want to get to the other side. If my goal is to get to the other side, I don't give a fuck whether the water is coming. I'm going to sit still right now. When the shit not fucking moving, I'm going to move then. If she's a angry, bitter type of person, I got to have the right remedy to combat that. If she want to be angry, I need to be happy. Like I said, you don't fight fire with fire, you fight fire with water. So the more angry and bitter she is, the more sweet I'm gonna be. That's just
my thing.
I literally knew a girl that had a baby daddy. Now, and once she got the baby, she put him on child support. That's what she wanted. She didn't want him to see the baby. She would have people jump him every time he would try to come around to see the baby.
That's wicked. Yeah.
Her brothers and her brothers' friends.
But that's what Kim talking about. Kim, like, if I got to go to the house and deal with that, it's not even pointless. Him
several times.
There's no need to keep like
put him in the hospital.
Go to jail.
I'm gonna have to get somebody to mediate this, man. I see you in court, man. I see
and you can do that,
court, man.
And you can do that. I've done it. I've done it. We met at the police station. We met at the fire department or whatever. You might have to do that. That's a real thing.
I might have to get the people to mediate, and it shouldn't never have to be like that. Because what do you say? A bit of baby moms. I mean, what do you say? Like, yo, how can we get this right? Yo, I don't want you being like this every time I come here, or when it's time for me to see my son or my daughter. Like, what do you say? How do you get them to calm down? Like, wait,
look, I got to echo
your place, baby girl.
I got to echo our friend of the show, Sub, on this one. Be better choosers of who you have a child with.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, yo.
That's why I don't complain. I see somebody said something about I had zero self-control. Facts. So once you know that you've done what you've done, if you put yourself in this situation, get ready to deal with this. I'm not the type of person that run from responsibility. So if I've done something, if I busted in this crazy ass woman, I need to you play stupid games, you get stupid fucking prizes. We need to know that. So if you have a baby with a crazy ass girl, you better get ready for some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't get surprised when the crazy ass girls start going crazy.
Right.
Hey, man. What that say? Devil face? That's a good one, brother. He said someday some dudes just so emotional they can't see the forest through the trees. People have signs if you look for them. Quit making permanent decisions of temporary emotions.
Absolutely.
That's absolute.
That's a good one, yo.
That was a word.
That's absolute.
That was a good one, Devil Face. Appreciate you, brother, for tapping in with us. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and share, man.
Could be a female. Is it?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Hey, yo, look, right?
I can't even see the picture.
We're about to end off, man. I'm going to end it off with a word. Like I said, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to start no trouble. But this is for the ladies, young, old, and anyone else. From my brother, Kevin Samuel, may he rest in peace.
Y'all are all out of whack with how men think. This is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it. You were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old wound. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those experiences, a person can add value to their lifetime?
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that is at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get. No product gets more expensive with time and use. Have you ever been to the pawn shop?
Yes.
All right. You ever take something you really value to the pawn shop? And did they hurt your feelings when they told you how much it was worth?
Yes. I was like, what? Yes.
That's you. We the pawn shop.
Yeah, like I said, I ain't start LB. I'm fucking around. I ain't starting with y'all, man. I ain't starting with y'all. Yo, another good show, man.
And antiques that have more value than anything you'll find coming fresh off the market. So remember that.
Whatever happened to birth control and condoms?
Bitch control and condoms. Bitch control and condoms.
Hey, Mac baby. Hey, listen, man. Absolutely. Hey, yo, man, we done came to the end of the show, man. We appreciate every one of y'all coming out, man. I need y'all to do me a favor. Those that's new here, man, hit the like button, subscribe, share with somebody, man. We trying to get to 500. We got a little goal. We trying to get to 500. We currently at 359. We need 141 more subscribers to reach this first goal of 500. So we appreciate y'all, man. I am Immortal EMS, the Have-Nots mascot, man, representing for the Band of Brothers podcast, man. Love y'all. I see y'all tomorrow. Be safe.
Hey y'all, LBZ here holding it down for the ladies on the Band of Brothers morning show. We keep it real here, talking and sharing love. I bid y'all well on your day. Have a good weekend. Remember that existence is automatic, but purpose is chosen.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Serenaded by the sweet sounds of the South Side. I am Ty with the Water Hood Webster. Shout out to the Parkville boys. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Hey, spending $1 to the cash shop, help support the cause we're trying to get 500.
Hey, yo, Fly Global, Mr. Everywhere, you ain't never there. I am the Jersey representative in the South. Want to appreciate everybody for tuning in today on this Women Chat Wednesday, man. Great conversation. Another great conversation. I just want to say, I'm going to reiterate what LB said. Make sure you know who you procreate with, man. Make the right decisions, man, because we want to make parenting great out here. And in order to make it great, man, make sure you're laying down with the right person, man. I say marry, man. Marry, date to marry. That's what I say, date to marry. But we love y'all. Thursday to Thursday. Y'all know what time it is. Tap in. Another great show for y'all tomorrow. We love y'all. Peace.
100.
You niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I want to hear doing that. Is that disrespect to her?
And I know what I gotta do. I'm about to stop folding. I just need gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot at living. I love what I do.
Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for
You are now listening to Barco Boys.